Hi, everyone. Today, I'm very excited to introduce you to another student of ours, Aleta. Aleta, how are you today?
I am doing absolutely wonderful.
Very good. And Aleta just last week finished the business development certification program. We worked together over 5 weeks. And today I would like her to share a little bit her experience with you so that you can have a better idea of how we work here at the BD School. So, Aleta, without further ado, can you tell us a little bit more about you and what you're doing?
Lucia, I want to first of all say that I'm very grateful and very thankful because with how massive the world is, even though it's small with technology, it's not always easy to find exactly what you're looking for. And in this case, I was definitely fortunate and blessed to find exactly what I was looking for. My background, I in schooling and practice, I am a lawyer and I'm an accountant. I've practiced both for several years. Recently, I decided that I wanted to shift my gears, still kind of work with the same people, lawyers, but I wanted to do it from the standpoint of business development. And I wanted to do that, one, because I was in the law firms and I saw how terrified people were when they had moved up the ranks for years, not knowing that, oh my God, I'm about to hit that wall where I have to now do business development. And I want that part of people's lives as professionals to come to an end. I think that everybody can be a great business developer. They just have to develop the skills. So I have started a coaching business where I would focus on lawyers, helping them to become the rainmakers they really are on the inside. That's my desire.
Awesome, very good. And actually, the first time we talked, I was really excited about it because I feel like every time people come from a very specific background and then they want to use their skills in service of business development, I think it's always a unique combination because, well, you know the law world inside out, so you're definitely in a great position to help them out. So, and of course, I'm very happy that you found exactly what you were looking for. So, what it is that you were looking for, and what motivated you to join the BD school specifically?
I have gone through a couple of coaching programs which have been phenomenal. And I remember our first conversation, even before I became a part of the BD school. You talked about three things, breaking it down to mindset, skill set, and tool set. And so I looked at myself and I knew that I had achieved a lot, but there's always growth needed in your mindset so that you can take this new thing to a whole nother level. So I was looking for a program, a place, a group of people, or a person where I could, first of all, I was focused on really, I think, skill set was what I was looking for first, because I knew that this was going to be a new venture. Although I personally had developed business, wanting to take that to another level and coach other people, I knew I needed the mindset, yes, but more importantly, I knew I needed the skill set and the tool set. So I went looking for a program that would give me the skill set. And amazingly, it's when you're really ready to do something and when it's the right time, you're going to find it. I had been looking for months, but once I made up my mind, I did a search and I found the BD school. Absolutely amazing. I went to look at several of your videos and it talked about the program itself. And it seemed to be the best world because it wasn't way out there. It was very focused on teaching you what the business development is and how you can use it in different arenas, not just one. You could use it as a business development manager, and in my case, as a coach. It was to me the best world. And then I remember our first session where we were talking about mindset, and and a ping went off in my mind. There's my second check, and I took that mindset. I guess it was like a test or a quiz or whatever, and it showed that I had a growth mindset, which is good. But the entire program to me incorporated everything. It incorporated teaching me the skills that I needed, one, so I can get the confidence and the skills so that I can go and coach someone else through the process of business development. And then mix inside of that, it included mindset. changing my mindset and also helping someone else to see that, okay, here's where I am now. This is where I want to be. And then also for me, it just included tool sets because it gave me things I can also use when I'm out practicing. So for me, it was the best of the world and any world I could be in. It was the greatest thing that I found. I'm being real. Probably sounds kind of cliche, but it included everything I needed.
Oh, awesome. I'm super happy to hear. And was there something in particular that you liked about the training?
I liked several things. One, I liked that we met on a weekly basis. That added a layer of accountability. Accountability is key whenever you're starting something new or going in a different direction. Because if you're juggling different things, it's easy to get distracted or feel like you're overloaded with things. So at first, I like the I was given what I call the two set within the program. But for example, during our Zoom calls, we would go over particular things. One of the things that I found the most eye-opening for me was when we had to go through, or I did it for homework, but you showed me how to do it. When we went through looking at who potentially could be my competitors. Oftentimes, as a new business person, we don't do that. And we looked at it from the standpoint of what are they doing? What are they offering? Is it similar things I want to do? And in that, I was able to see, as I was reading things about them, how I could differentiate myself. And also, I saw strengths that I had based on some things that they talked about. And all of that was key because oftentimes I think when you are going into a new venture, you question whether or not you may have the ability to do it. And once you begin to read and recognize your background, you see the strengths that you already have that you can now use and give to other people when you're doing your business. And like I said, the other thing is I was able to pull that information and see how I could differentiate myself and serve my market even more. I really also liked that. I remember tied to this and even the next step, I was able to use, you gave us a template, gave me a template to use, which was very easy, very laid out, and very clear. And it became even clearer as we were going through the Zoom calls. You would go through it with me beforehand. And for me, that was key because sometimes people leave you out there to do it by yourself. And once we walked through it, and then I had homework, and homework for me again is another layer of accountability. I was able to go along with the AI tools you taught me to go and pull that information. It helped me to see myself as a business development coach. It helped me to see myself serving people and then what I could give. Absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, great. I think this is the most complete description of what we do that I've heard from our students. So thank you so much. I like that you laid down everything. And well, as you know, I love the research part. So it's great to see that also our students love that part. And in terms of outcomes, what's the best outcome that you got out of the course?
I don't think there's one best outcome. There's so many things that I got from it. And actually, I would say some things are unfolding as I still go. I will first say that I have not finished because I think it's something I will continue. I know I will continue because there's more to gain. First, I got out of it, like I said, the confidence. Oh, you can have mindset, you can have skill set and tool set, but if you don't have that one little piece, confidence, you're not going to move as far as you want or as quickly as you want. I gained confidence because each week we took a piece, we did work with it, and then you gave me a piece to continue the work. And then the next week, the piece that I did the previous week built on that piece. And so it was like climbing a ladder. I started down here. I was giving some information. I was able to go to the next rung. And then I was given more information. I was taught how to use that information. and I went to the next rung. So that was key because that even gave me a framework of how I can coach people. Even as a professional, sometimes you may question whether or not you have a particular skill, but if someone gives you a framework and then helps you to get to that next rung, it builds confidence in you every step of the way. So that was one thing I got out of it. Another thing I got out of the program, which I will use the rest of my life, is the research piece. So many times, now I was taught to research because of that lawyer in me, but not research from the standpoint of a business owner. How to research, my competitors, how to research my market. Uh, and it really opened up my eyes as to how I can focus my market. And the last thing, and I won't say the last thing that I got from it, but one of the last things that was key for me is actually our last week when we went through the whole part of coming up with ideas of how to build my awareness. That was very key. A lot of times when you're new, a lot of people tell you just jump out there, but you can be effective, but not as effective if you build your awareness first. Get people to know who you are, get people to know that you're good at what you do and you can help them. And so those last 2 weeks, I would say, where I was coming up with ideas with your help of how to build my awareness as a key. And then you took me to the next level by helping me and showing me how to craft that particular area we came up with doing a LinkedIn post specifically, and how to better post on LinkedIn. We did it. I posted it, which one actually dealt with the confidence too, and then the reviews or the posts, the people who read the post was phenomenal, which again all added to confidence. So I gained a lot, and I'm going to be continuing to gain because there's more that I have to do. Absolutely.
Awesome. And yes, actually, you showed me the impressions on the post,
The
and it was
impressions, I couldn't
really
think of that
good.
word. Yes.
It was really good. So for all of you listening, so Aleta actually just started working on her LinkedIn profile. So she has a very small following just as of now. But of course, after this video, maybe many lawyers are gonna get in touch with you, so you can help them with their business development programs. But indeed, with just very small followers, you actually had like maybe 5 or 6 times the number of impressions compared to the number of followers. So
Yes.
that's actually a very promising start. So and I hope it's going to motivate you to do more, which I'm sure it will. So that's great. And if someone is listening now and it's still a little bit doubting whether they should join the certification program, what would you tell them to make them feel a little bit more comfortable with this decision?
I would tell them that if they're looking for a program that will break down, first of all, the steps to becoming either a business development person for the first time or someone who has done it and want to take their skill set to another level, it is a program that will meet your individual needs. I remember when I first met you, Lucia, I was going probably a different direction than most people. But one of the things you said to me that resounded in my ear was that we will tailor it to your needs. And that to me is the most important thing. There may be other programs out there, but not all of them tailor it to your needs. The BD school will take what they have, see what you need, where you want to go, and they will meet your needs. That's key because you don't just want a program that's generic. It had all the pieces, and I know I could tell that she took time to do it for me because it was specific to what I needed to do, my market. That is what will take any person, any business to a whole nother level.
Awesome. Aleta, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. So I really hope that all of you listening also find the story inspiring. Again, if you are lawyers or work for a law firm and you're also tasked with business development, I do recommend you to check her. We will link her profile below so that you can get in touch with her. And even if you're not lawyers, but you want to help her out grow LinkedIn, please do so. Just get in touch with her, connect, and engage with her content, which I promise you it is interesting and relevant. And for all of you listening, thank you so much. Aleta, thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you,
And
Lucia.
of course, I hope to see many of you in the Business Development Certification Program. Everyone, see you soon.
Thank you.